What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt Taville with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Roy Jones Jr. and Moses Itauma. Get this. Roy Jones Jr. says Itauma is special, but he is not ready for the heavyweight wolves. And Roy had this to say in his charismatic way. He said, quote, Itauma is the truth, but you have to move in on him at a pace and get him in there. You don't have to worry about, you don't want to throw him to the wolves just yet. You don't want to put him in an inferno. Usyk is the inferno right now. You can't just throw him into the wolves too early. You feel me? So if you're doing it, you may be pushing it a bit. So I wouldn't condone that, because everybody has a growth process, a growth span. So if I was him, I wouldn't push him right there to Usyk. Usyk is the creme de la creme. He ain't the creme de la creme. He's the guy that could be the creme de la creme. So I think you usually need to wait, and I think you need to anticipate. And I think there's a process, and the process is the steps you make and the steps you take. So I think if anything, if Moses Itauma needs to be ready with other fighters first, and then you can get to the cream of the cream. And if he's cream of the cream, if he's really like me, like Roy Jones, he gonna still be there. So if he's still there, like I was, he can fight him. But until the end, I wouldn't worry about that. You feel me? And that is the attempted impersonation of Roy Jones Jr. But let me counterpunch. I do think that Roy Jones is telling the truth. I think that what could ruin any potential champion, star, fighter would be pressuring him too early. And I think it's such a mismatch when you give guys this type of push and they're 21 years of age. And I think what people are trying to do, I know we're trying to relive history, and history can be relived in certain situations, but I don't think that Moses Itauma should be pushed to this degree. I just don't think so. I think, if anything, Moses needs not to just be carefully strung along. I do respect challenges like Dillian White. That may be something that is a good move, but we'll see when it happens. We'll see next weekend, right? So we will see. But it doesn't mean, okay, that they should push him and put him to the very top. I think that's unfair to Moses. And I think we should learn from other fighters that they did that to. Okay, because what very well could have stunted Jared Anderson's growth would be to push him too quickly. And that I feel happened, okay, by default, by the performance that we've seen, or lack of. He was not ready for someone like Moses Itauma. Moses Itauma was a vicious, hungry dog that was been kept back from other fights, right? And unfortunately for Jared Anderson, he was the guy that found out the hard way, you know. And Moses is one of those guys that could be in that situation, and I don't want him there. Why would you want that? Someone 21 years of age fighting someone 38. You know what I mean? I don't think that that's cool, but I think what they're honestly trying to do, I think they're trying to look for the next Anthony Joshua. And I think Anthony Joshua has his own legacy, which isn't over yet, but it's about over. But I think they should worry more about their fighter and his own organic move to the top and progression to the top versus comparison with somebody else that's already been there and done that. You know what I mean? You're not going to do everything that the next man does. You shouldn't really want to unless it's success. Then Anthony Joshua was a two-time unified champion, okay? Was former. Whereas Moses Itauma could probably go past that, okay? Now, will he be more popular? Probably not. I don't know. But, you know, he can do what only he can do with the situations that he has in front of him, all right? So I do agree with Roy. I do think they should take it easy with Moses Itauma, okay, and his progression. Of course, you guys tell me what you think. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!